has been confirmed that state police has officially kick-started in Ogun State. On my screen, you can see nothing less than 35 Fulanis were arrested. These are people who has no NIN. They were caught, in an area where they have domesticated for quite a while. These people were asked, what is your occupation? What is your purpose in this state? And none of them could give a clear answer. Please welcome to my channel. If you just joined, kindly like, subscribe, and share. And yes, you are welcome to the new dispensation called the True Nigeria, where every state will begin to talk about their state policing. This is a new era, and this is the only way to go. There is no other way. Whether you like it or not, it has come to our attention. In fact, the whole of Nigerian state have come to that agreement, just as Mazina the Kanu used to say, since the very period in 2016-2017, when he said there are Janjaweeds who are currently occupying your forests. As a matter of fact, I could remember when Imam the Kanu said something about the Fulanis. When the Yorubas, particularly in Oyo, said our forest has been occupied, and they said they go nowhere. That today the forest in Oyo State belongs to them. Was it wrong? Of course not. We in this country, particularly in the South, we have not learned our lessons. We always end up vilifying those who are the truth sayer, come what may. In the North, take a look at what they do with their bandits. The Northern leaders are saying that let us negotiate. Right? You will see people like Shegumi, like the Sultan, like the Emirs. They will come out and tell you that these people are our sons, they are our children, some of them are husbands to our daughters. But here in the South, we claim to be woke. We now only us go school. We will demonize our own freedom fighters, so to speak. I could remember vividly in 2013, the Sultan and Shegumi came out and said Boko Harams are freedom fighters for the North. That they are the one leading the disgruntledness of the North against the regime of Jonathan. You see why I keep saying that when a Southerner becomes the Nigerian president, if you allow yourself to be gaslighted by the North, wherein the North will continue to emotionally blackmail you and tell you that for you to be a one Nigerianist, you must bend to their whims and caprices, just as Jonathan did. Jonathan built over 5,000 kilometers of road. Jonathan built nothing less than 1,000 elementary schools. At the end of the day, they told Jonathan that he are just an ordinary Yamiri. You will go. You are an Arna. You are a Christian. We need our father, who was the leader of the Fulani oligarchs back then. Yes, now it's late. I'm talking about the very known, notorious Muhammad Buhari, the man that told us that so many regions in the North that these Boko Harams are, that even the citizens that are there are comfortable to allow the Boko Harams to protect them because the government cannot get there. You can imagine such an absurd statement coming from a supposed president. Make president talk say that in my village, my villagers will prefer a terrorist to protect them than police. They find it more comfortable. This is the nonsense Buhari created, the monster he created. Unfortunately, Buhari has gone. The future of the North, who are the young generations of today, are now being unalived like chickens on a daily basis. In the North, most states like in Zamfara has been taken over by at least 40%. In Katsina, we saw how the chairman of some local government will go and beg and apologize. In fact, some of them are giving their daughters out. And you're telling us not to start the state police. See, at this stage, I have said it, the Southwest will not allow themselves to be gaslighted. The same thing was what happened to Kwara in 1840. Afoja was gaslighted to an extent that until it got to that point where he was beheaded. The Fulani were telling him, They were telling him, let us marry your daughter. The Fulani back then in 1840, when they were about to slay Afoja, it was a little bit earlier than that, by the way, like 5 years earlier than that. They told Afoja, we are now much, now let us have this land, let us do this. The Oyo Empire, led by Alaafin, was telling him, Afoja, these people, do not allow these people to come into your territory without any form of verification. This thing reminds me that we have to be self-preservatory. Today in the north, the Hausa people are now slaves. In their own ancestral land, they are now slaves. Take a look at all the 19 states of the north. Take a look at all the kings. Take a look at all the governors. Take a look at all the local government chairmen. 98% of them are of Fulani extraction, and these are lands that are originally Hausa land. So when they tell you, why is Ogun State profiling Fulani? He rich, make we profile. He rich. If I am told that there is a house that a ritualist lives, and other people who are living in that house, every day, every year, none of them gets killed, nothing happens to them, or they get killed, they know that there's a ritualist amongst them, they fail to hang him and hand him over to the security police, would I be blamed if I conclude that they are all in it together? Abeg, make una use una common sense take judge the matter. I could remember when Thor of TV accused Miyetti Allah right in front of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said in Benue, all Fulanis are the same. All Fulani elders in Benue today will be what? Will be ostracized. That is what Thor of TV said. And in response, Miyetti Allah said that, you know what? Some Fulani come all the way from Chad. Some come from Burkina Faso. Some come from Mali. So you cannot just say all Fulanis are bad. He said, listen, you do not expect me as the Thor of TV or expect a Benue indigene to identify the bad eggs. That if we want to combat this issue, when we start arresting the good ones, whether by mistake, whether by intention, as long as we see that you quack like a dog, you look like a dog, you walk like a dog, you will start pointing the evil ones out. One by one, you're going to pick them, come out. This is how to fight insecurity. Without profiling of individuals, you are not only extending the doomsday of your people, you are also aiding them. I have already said it on this channel that if you go to America, you will see that from each state to state, American citizens are profiled. If you walk anywhere, they will tell you to stop. Why? Can I see your ID, please? This is the simple question they ask you. Can you please show me your ID card? You will not start saying that, can't you say I'm an American? Can't you say I'm a... Because in the north, in Nigeria today, what these northerners want us to work with is that anybody you see, you just believe that is a normal human being. Carry your NIN. As your NIN there with you, and they see you, they move like snake. I begin ask, can I see your NIN? Whether not for phone or whether not the card or let me see your, as I have now, I have my NIN. There is no reasonable Nigerian, right, that lives in the south that does not have his NIN, unless of course underage. I'm talking about underage children. Yes, maybe 4 years or 6 years or 10 years old children. But an adult in the south mostly have an NIN, because there are so many things you want to do that you need your NIN. You want to buy a modem, you want to buy a SIM. Of course, these are things that you need. You want to open a bank account, you want to open money point, you want to open OPay, you need your NIN. In fact, you are living in a house, you need a prepaid meter, you need NIN. So why will you call yourself an adult in Nigeria? You come all the way from the north without no purpose. They brought you guys for hire, as mercenaries to just come and wipe people out, and they're asking you right there in Ogun State, can we see your ID card? You are telling us ungbati ungbati, you are telling us ungwanu ungwanu. You all shall be deported. And this is a good news for the Nigerian people, because yes, it is about time. They know to try to gaslight us. You all should just see, watch out for all the excuses they will start giving you. They will start telling you that this state policing, we are now profiling, we are profiling the North. That we should know that the northern people are technological behind, so it is expected of them not to have ID in most cases. Oga, NIN enrollment is everywhere in this country. When it comes to election period, they do not know how to boast of having the larger share of votes. No be so? They will tell us that their own vote comes in trailer load. So if you can have PVC, you can equally have NIN. It is the same thing. It is all about your fingerprinting and snapping your face. Nothing more, nothing less. And it is for free. Right? So, you know you want to travel, you want to leave Borono, you are coming to my village in Oyo State. Hold your NIN, oh. Hold your NIN. I dey tell you now. Because if you enter, Amotekun go ask you. Any trailer that we see now, any trailer where they carry like 500, 600. Oh yeah, everybody, form a line. Show me your NIN card. Your no NIN, Gida Kenan, Zakije Gida Kenan. You understand? You are being deported immediately. Not from Nigeria, but go back to your state. If your state governors tell you not to do NIN, they don't see a need, they don't see the importance. Here in the south, there's an importance for it. That's how we go to check una. Both man, both woman. Yes. That's how we go to check una. In fact, I am calling the governors. Every animal that is brought in here should be tagged. Yes, they should be tagged. Let me say you go carry animal come. You come to Southwest, you bring your cows, you bring your cattle, and then you will now enter my farm for my backyard. Go and eat my maize and corn. I saw a video, I think that video is in somewhere in the north. A young northern Fulani head boy. It shouldn't be more than 12 years old. You have to see the level of audacity he has to be questioning that guy. Watch the video together, then we'll continue our analysis. Now, welcome back. You can see such an audacity from that small age. A young boy from that small age questioning, confronting an elderly person, telling him that how can you tell him not to graze his cattle on my own farm? Telling that old man, how can you? Who are you to tell him not? This is why the Middle Belters have come to that agreement. The Middle Belters have come to that conclusion that they are not one with the Connaughts. Yes, the Middle Belters want to do things the right way. They want to separate evil from good. They want to live a life of harmony. They want to live a life of orderliness. They want to live a life of peace. But you can see these headers, they don't give a damn about rule of law. They just want to continue in their barbaric nature, and it is being instituted by their leaders. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Because why will a house of rep, a woman for that matter, come out and tell us that in 2025 that the Fulani man cannot change his way of living by grazing cattle? That who don't like better thing if they know, if not be say they be witch and wizard? Abi, do we have Fulani in other northern Africa? Of course. Are the Fulanis the only one that is into cattle grazing and cattle farming? Of course not. We have cowboys in the United States of America. Go to Texas, they are over there. We have cattle rearers in Brazil. In Kenya here, the Maasai tribes are those tribes, you will see them, they have sticks, they like to wear their robes. They live in the forest just like the Fulanis. You will hardly see them carry cattle into people's farms. These are ancient tribes of the Kenyans. Aborigines. Right? And they respect the rule of law. They respect, like I said, the rule of law. But what do we have? These ones will tell you you cannot ban open grazing. They no burn your papa where. When Wike tried it, Wike nearly run come out for FCT. Wike, he nearly run mad because immediately it begin come out high. If anybody wants to graze cattle in Abuja, Wike go tell say I only have 4 years here. I beg, I no go fit kill myself. I mean, we remember that was when they were saying that how can a southerner become the FCT minister? That Abuja is a northern state. It has to be, these people are bloody bigots. So people who are bigots won't go there. You won't come they play. You want to play liberalism? Are you kidding me? They go finish you. A person that says that they are bigots, they will tell you that if you are not Muslim from the north, you are not Muslim enough. These are the things that they push. But you want to go approach them with open mind. Because you are what? Now you be Jesus, I mean now you be Muhammad. North centrals have now, started pushing agenda that no. By the time Nigeria gets to that point of being disintegrated, when that time comes that Nigeria will be divided, whether into region or maybe everybody go begin get the whole republic. Middle belt have started the shout that make una no go pack us with not, we are not together. And indeed, I do agree. Let's listen to this Middle Belton chieftain talk about this matter.
Okay, Dr. Poku, real quickly. I also, in about 2 minutes, I also want you to interrogate the concept of numerical advantage of the North. You said something earlier on.
That is what makes me laugh, sir.
You said that the British used the Middle Belters to shore up the numbers in the North. Let's talk about numerical advantage. The North and numbers.
Yes. Thank you. The North they use this argument, we have the numbers, etc. Take the Middle Belt out, where are the numbers? They know they don't have the numbers, sir. They know it. But, of course, for propaganda purposes, they use that argument, we have the numbers, we can do it. Now, the North, the British wanted the North to remain monolithic for some reason. They wanted it because they wanted to hand over power to the North. And they used Middle Belters to beef up the population of the North before independence. And though before independence, if you look at the population, go back to history, all these things are there, you can Google and see. The Southeast and Bamenda had the highest population, followed by the Southwest and the North, that is including the Middle Belt, had the third population in terms of numerical strength. However, the British wanted to hand over to the North and therefore denied the Middle Belters a region for themselves. Though after independence, the southern minorities were given Midwestern region for also political consideration, which now we know as used just to whittle down the strength of the Southwest. But all the same, we who consider ourselves Middle Belters going down history and memory lane are saying we are not Northerners.
As I understand it, there is a very fierce debate in the North now between those who believe that you do not win this kind of problem with only military approach, and those that believe that you can win by talking, by negotiating, by consultation. The debate is still there. It's out there. The jury is still out. But I understand a mixture of the two has been used successfully in quite a number of places already. So maybe in the end, this has to be put together and applied. But I remember very well when there was Amnesty program in the Niger Delta, during those chaotic times, and it has worked perfectly. They were given amnesty. They were sent to school. They came back. They become integrated in the system, and they are useful products and citizens of Nigeria. That also aspect can be looked at in terms of the North. Most of these bandits have not had the opportunity to go to school, have not had the opportunity to actually enjoy what we ordinarily do in the cities. And it's just for government to probably, while extending hands of friendship, but also making it quite clear that what they are doing is illegal and criminal, and
So
those that are caught in the process